Hey everybody. So it's been a little bit since I actually did a video, and I have to tell you the last one I did kind of fell flat, and I feel like it's better if I record and do these things maybe in the evenings after work. So here you go. Anyway, today I just wanted to talk about the next segment of my breast cancer journey, which is the surgery. When I decided to actually have a double mastectomy, when I talked to my surgeon, I sat down with him, which I talked about in the last video. I sat down with him and I decided that I was 39 and I did not want to lose my breasts completely, so I opted for reconstruction. And what they did is they put, I opted for getting two different surgeries. The first one was a double mastectomy, and then you go through chemo, however many treatments they're going to do, depending on what they find, of course. They may or may not do chemo. But I had the first surgery, and then a few months later, I completed my reconstruction. So what they did was they took out both breasts, and then they put some saline, basically space maintainers in there, and slowly over a period of time after I healed, they filled them up with saline and expanded my skin, or basically not really my chest cavity, but the skin, the layer of skin that they were able to save. Now, when I went in for surgery, it was a lot like what you would envision a surgery room to be like on television in a way. I mean, it was a big room with big lights up top and everything, and they wheeled me in there, and basically I was like, I've done this before. I've been in major surgery and gone completely under anesthesia. No big deal. The anesthesiologists are the greatest people usually because they know all the good drugs. I mean, literally they can put you under. They know exactly what to do. And even though there's side effects to anesthesia, I'm glad we have it. So they did that, and then I got out and I was recovering from that surgery for about, 3 weeks or a month, and then I started chemo. So as I was recovering, I propped up in my recliner at home and started watching 30 Rock, which is one of my favorite shows like ever. So if you haven't watched it, please do. Alec Baldwin, Tina Fey are freaking hilarious. And I watched that, and then I started watching Parks and Rec as well and got hooked on that. And you can ask anybody that I work with. I tend to basically channel Leslie Knope all the time. So if you're not familiar with that, then check out Parks and Rec too. Two of my favorite shows. They got me through my recovery along with the blog that I did. So anyway, you can opt for that. Hopefully you're not having to deal with a major surgery necessarily at this point. You may just need to have the lump taken out. But when they found Gertrude, and I did name her Gertrude because I hate that name. When they found her, she was almost 3 centimeters wide. In other words, I was borderline stage 3. And 2 of my lymph nodes were infiltrated. They took out 16 lymph nodes in this arm, which is why you see this arm is swollen. It's bigger than my other arm. And it will probably always be that way because there was just edema that happened. Not a big deal, I deal with it, but kind of one of the side effects, not to mention numbness from them digging around in there. But luckily only 2 lymph nodes were infiltrated, so they ordered 6 rounds of chemo for me, 3 weeks apart. Not the worst chemo regimen in the world, honestly. There's many people that are fighting much worse and much more intrusive and invasive cancers than what I dealt with, that get chemo treatments like on the daily, and that is horrible. And I pray for them, and I hate that they're going through that. So that was the next stage. And, recovering at home was interesting. Be prepared for constipation. In fact, if I had read a few more forums before I went into surgery, I would have known this beforehand. I'm telling you now. If you are facing major surgery of any kind, really, take stool softeners. Take them for like 2 days before, because anesthesia and the type that they give you for a mastectomy tends to stop you up like big time, like into hemorrhoid territory. So make sure that you take stool softeners beforehand. And also while you're recovering, I'm going to take you guys with me because I'm hot. I'm going to turn this fan on. It is finally fall here in Arkansas. It feels like fall now, but still a little warm at times. Another side effect of me being 45 now and having hot flashes. Yay. And taking hormone blockers. Anyway. All right. So that is the next phase that I went through. And then, of course, 6 months, basically 5 months-ish, I had 6 treatments. I will go into my treatments on the next video and let you know my chemo experience. But with this one, I just wanted to jump back in and hopefully liven you guys up again. Like I said, I got a new tripod and I'm holding it right now. It's quite fun. I also have a new editing app that I'm going to try to use on this video, so hopefully my video won't be as boring. So again, guys, thank you for hanging in there with me, and I hope you can get something from these videos. Another thing I wanted to say is that when I knew I was going to have to take chemo, I knew that I was going to make a decision on the fact that I would be losing my hair and how I would handle that. So I basically opted for headscarves and head wraps because, number one, wigs are hot. Number two, wigs are wigs. I mean, wigs are fun, and I do not, I'm not against them at all. Some of them that are really good can look really good, but I am not a wig person. Not really. I like to style them. I love to play with them, but I just don't want to wear them. So I did a lot of headscarves. I did a lot of big jewelry. I did a lot of big makeup. I mean, I still do big makeup because I love it, but I mean, you can just play everything up and just emphasize all these features and just rock a bald head. Don't even think that you are, that you're ugly at all. Don't even let yourself feel that way, because you can accentuate so many other things and accessorize and do all kinds of things to improve your looks. So ladies, do not despair if you lose your hair. Number one, it's temporary. It's medical. It will come back. I promise. Look, mine came back. I mean, look at all this. I'm like threatening to cut it, and my friend Valerie's like, no, don't do that. And my husband's like, no, don't do that. But I mean, really, it came back. God blessed me with a ton of hair, and it's a lot curlier than it was before I had cancer, so you never know. But anyway, there are ways of dealing with this, and I will try my best to do some tutorials if you want. If you want to see me actually show you how to put a headscarf on, what different looks you can get from those. If you want to see me do any kind of makeup tutorials, if you want me to show you, earrings, I can do any of that. Scarves, whatever. Like around your neck even. Just different looks that we can put together for you while you're dealing with hair loss. So that will also be something else that I explore. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to jump back on here, say hi. It's been kind of a rough day at work, I'll tell you. I am over some childishness. And I'm not even going to go into it, but I'm over it. And I'm just trying to pull together because, hey, it's the holidays and we're trying to have, fun stuff go down at work and with our families and things like that. So it's an exciting time right now. So holidays are coming. Halloween is coming. Gonna watch my show tonight, American Horror Story. If you don't follow it, well, it's the only scary thing I really watch, honestly, guys. But I don't know. It's a great show. I'm sorry, but it is. If you don't like it, hey, that's your deal. So anyway, all right, guys. Again, thank you. Thanks to all my pink ladies out there that are dealing with anything you're dealing with. If you want to comment on this video, you want to ask me questions, anything you want to do, again, I am on Instagram under Reds Phoenix. I am now on Twitter, Penny Beckwith on Twitter. And I'm also on Snapchat as Penny Rebecca. So, if you guys want anything, need anything, holla at me, okay? I might just have some good suggestions for you. You never know. Otherwise, have a good evening and enjoy AHS if you're watching.